Okay, welcome to this introductory video to differentiation for GCSE Maths. So differentiation is often expressed showing with dy dx or f dash of x. I prefer dy dx, so in this video, I'll be using this method. Let's get rid of the f dash x. So differentiation is really simple. It's basically just finding the gradient of an equation. Dy dx is basically just change in y over change in x. Remember when you have a line and you're trying to find a gradient, you just do change in y. So if if xy was 1, 2, and if this was 3, 5, you just do change in y. So 5 minus 2, 3 minus 1 to find the gradient, right? Dy dx basically just stands for difference in y divided by difference in x. In other words, change in y over change in x. It's basically just finding the gradient of your line. And it's an algebraic way to do that when you have an equation provided. So for example, if we have the equation y equals 2x to the power 5, how do we calculate dy dx? It's really important in your answers to write dy dx before doing any calculations. This will earn you a mark. Differentiation is super easy. When you have a power, this power multiplies with the coefficient to give you 10. Then the x just follows behind, and the power becomes minus 1, so 5 minus 1. Therefore, the dy dx of y equals 2x to the power 5 is 10x to the power 4. What did I just do? The power multiplies with the coefficient, so 5 times 2 gives us 10, and then you minus 1 from the power. So 5 minus 1 gives us 4. So if I write this in step form, power multiplied by coefficient, and 2 power gets minus 1 taken off it. So if the power was 2x to the power of 1, which would just be 2x, right? This would just be 2. The x coefficient would be removed because it'd be x to the power of 0, which is 0. So it's just, well, x to the power of 0 would be 1. So it'd just be 2 times 1, which is also 2. Let's look at a few more examples to consolidate. If we have, say, y equals 2x plus x squared, how do we differentiate? We need to write dy dx. 2 times x to the power of 1 is just going to be 2. X is going to be gone because so it's 2 times x to the power of 1, right? We do 1 minus 1, which is 0. X to the power of 0 is just 1, so it's going to stay as 2. 2 times, remember this is just 1x squared, so 2 times 1 is 2. And x to the power of squared minus 1 is just going to be 2x. 2 plus 2x. That's dy dx of 2x plus 1x squared. Super easy to understand, right? Let's look at one more example. If we get a hard one, 6x squared minus x minus 2. Yes, let's do this one. 6x squared minus x minus 2. How do we differentiate? We need to write dy dx first. Then we need to write, and by the way, your question will often be asked like this: y equals 6x squared. That's why it's dy dx. Change in y over change in x. 6x squared, 6 times 2 is 12. 2 minus 1 is just 1. Minus x times minus 2, right? So imagine this is minus 1x. Minus 1 times minus 2 is going to be 2, right? But it's minus times a minus, so it's going to become a positive. And minus 2 minus 1 is going to be minus 3. Just be wary of your powers and just don't get it mixed up. That is essentially differentiation. I hope this video explains differentiation, and that's